So I understand you are actually a real Star Trek fan.
You know, if there's such a thing as a moderate Trekkie, I guess it's an oxymoron, but I liked it, and now I'm a full-blown Trekkie.
Now, when you auditioned for the role, did you know what that it was going to be Carol Marcus, or did you know it was just Star Trek?
I didn't know it was going to be Carol Marcus. I did know it was Star Trek. JJ sent some scenes. He didn't have the script yet. He sent some scenes that were written as well as everything is written at Bad Robot. And, you know, I worked through them with him, and I got a sense of what the journey of the character he wanted was a girl who was struggling with her relationship with her father.
And when you found out it was Carol Marcus, who had been, a previous character, did that kind of raise the tension level for you to be stepping into a role that had been played before by Bibi Bish?
I guess I thought that it was definitely going to be a role that had been played before. I didn't imagine they'd invent someone new into the canon. So I always assumed that that would be the case. I was happy it was her. I was happy it was her because she was played by a more mature actress, and she was a little different place in her journey. So it gave me room to do a different interpretation.
Now, speaking of the interpretation, some fans are wondering if there was any discussion about your accent.
No, ample discussion. There was a scene that was cut out of the movie where I explained to Kirk that I was raised in England and by my mother, and my father, who's played by Peter Weller, was American, and that's why I had a different accent, because they separated. But then the movie, as you've seen, moves at a pace, and I guess that scene is too slow.
Was it, because you have done an American accent in a number of films, was it ever discussed for you to do an American accent, or did you always assume you did?
You know, the association sometimes is that English people are more intelligent than Americans. Of course, it isn't true, but I think we decided to play into that stereotype.
Because she's a scientist.
Because she's such a super brain.
That came from Gary Malkin from Liverpool, UK.
What's up, Gary?
Hey, that was good.
Thanks.
A lot of people don't do the whole thing right. Now,
Idiots.
Do you expect to return for the next movie, if there is a next movie?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see if there's a next movie.
But has there been any talks or anything?
There's been no official talks about it. I guess Paramount and Bad Robot have to see how this film is received and how it does, and then kind of from there we'll go forward. So like it, see it, love it.
Now, this film had a lot of British actors.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't on the set. Was there any kind of, cliquishness amongst the Brits getting together?
No, there weren't. You know, I guess the Star Trek world is a kind of egalitarian world, and I guess that carried over into the real relationships we experienced. It was pretty equal. Everybody got on, everyone was supportive and loving, and all that really cheesy stuff that doesn't sound like it could possibly be real, but is.
And one of the surprises for me, because when people hear Carol Marcus, they think Carol Marcus, Kirk, relationship, romance, and yet there's only a little hint of that. Was that something like you'd like to play more on, and were you hoping that there would be more of that in this movie?
I mean, I really enjoyed the character I got to play. She was a very determined woman in her own right, dealing with her own struggles. And, the relationship with Kirk was one that she took great support from, but that wasn't definitive for her. And I like it when women aren't defined by the males that they're relating to in cinema, but it's more like life, where we're all individuals and we come together and bring our own things to that.
That's all I've got, actually. Sorry.
Peace out. Good one. Nice to meet you. Have a good time.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Welcome to the franchise.